A garage door can return 267% on your money. An upscale kitchen remodel can return as little as 36%. If that sounds backwards, stick around, because today I am ranking the real return on investment for every major home upgrade in 2026, using actual cost versus value data, not contractor sales pitches. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where your renovation dollars go furthest and which popular projects are quietly losing you money. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, if you are serious about spending your renovation budget wisely instead of guessing, hit subscribe to Home Intel. I break down home upgrades with real numbers every week, no sponsors, no brand deals, just what actually pays off. Why ROI matters more than your taste. Return on investment in home improvement is simple math. It is a percentage of what you spend that comes back to you in increased sale value. Spend $10,000, add $8,000 in value. That is 80% ROI. The average homeowner spends $15,000 to $20,000 on pre-sale improvements and recoups less than 60 cents on every dollar. The 2026 data shows a clear pattern. Small exterior projects consistently outperform big interior remodels. That is the opposite of what most people assume, and it is a reason this list is going to surprise you. The number one project, garage doors. For several years running, replacing your garage door has been the single highest ROI project in the entire report. The national average now sits at an astonishing 267.7% ROI. Average cost is around $4,672, and average value added comes in at over $12,500. Here's why it works so well. On many homes, the garage door makes up close to a third of the entire front facade. An old dented door drags down the perceived value of the whole house before a buyer even parks in the driveway. Swap it for an insulated steel door with a clean modern style, and you change the character of the home for under $5,000. Stone veneer and siding. Manufactured stone veneer applied to the lower third of your front exterior now averages an eye-popping 207.9% ROI at a cost of roughly $11,700. Full fiber cement siding replacement is a bigger job, around $21,400, but still returns 113.7% when the existing siding is visibly worn or damaged. The lesson here is not to redo everything. It is to fix what buyers actually notice first, which is the exterior shell of the home. Minor kitchen remodels versus major ones. This is where most homeowners lose money without realizing it. A minor kitchen refresh, meaning new cabinet doors, updated countertops, a new sink and faucet, refreshed flooring, and mid-grade appliances, returns a massive 112.9% nationally. That is roughly a $28,000 project returning over $32,000. An upscale major kitchen gut job, on the other hand, drops to a painful 36% ROI. You can spend a fortune on a luxury kitchen and only get back a little more than a third of it. The kitchen is emotionally the most important room in a home sale, but that does not mean bigger spending equals bigger returns. It means the opposite past a certain point. Bathroom updates worth doing. A mid-range bathroom refresh, new vanity, updated fixtures, fresh tile, modern lighting, tracks closely behind kitchens at roughly 73 to 74% ROI. A universal design bathroom upgrade, meaning walk-in showers, grab bars, and wider doorways, has climbed into the low to mid 60% range, and that number keeps rising as the buyer pool ages and more people want a home they can stay in long term. Roofs and why they matter more in 2026. A new roof used to be considered a necessary expense rather than a value add. That has changed. In 2026, insurance companies are getting strict, and many will not write a new policy on a home with a roof older than 15 to 20 years. If a buyer cannot get insured, they cannot get mortgage, which means an old roof can kill a sale entirely regardless of how nice the rest of the house looks. Architectural asphalt shingles remain the strongest ROI choice for most homes. Slate and metal look great, but are harder to recoup at resale. Decks and outdoor living. A pressure-treated wood deck now trends into the 60s and even 70% ROI range nationally, at a build cost around $3,600 to $7,200. Composite decking costs significantly more upfront, but appeals to buyers who want low maintenance, since it will not splinter, rot, or need repainting. Either option effectively add a usable outdoor room to your home for a fraction of the cost of full addition. Entry doors and curb appeal small fixes. Steel entry doors are the standout star of the exterior category, returning around 216% ROI, right up there with garage doors as one of the smartest small investment available. Even smaller touches, exterior paint, trim landscaping, seasonal plantings, cost very little and consistently show up in agent surveys as top presale recommendations. Fresh exterior paint alone, at roughly $3,000 to $5,000 for a professional job, is one of the best dollar-for-dollar moves available, even though it is not tracked as its own line item in the official report. The projects that lose you money. Now, the part most influencers will not tell you. Swimming pools cost $50,000 to $80,000 to install, and outside of hot climate markets like Arizona or South Florida, many buyers view a pool as a liability rather than a perk, thanks to maintenance, insurance, and safety concerns. Luxury primary suite additions are just as brutal, often fetching under 50% ROI. Both are notorious cash burners. Highly personalized spaces, a custom wine cellar, bold designer wallpaper, a niche home theater tend to shrink your buyer pool rather than grow it, because buyers do not want to pay to remove your specific taste. If you want any of these, build them for yourself, not for resale value, because the numbers simply do not support it as an investment. The 30% rule. Before you start any renovation, keep this rule in mind. Try to keep any single project under about 30% of your home's total value. A $30,000 kitchen remodel makes sense in a $600,000 home. That same kitchen in a $200,000 home is an over-improvement, and you will struggle to recover the cost because the ceiling on your neighborhood's home values caps what buyers are willing to pay. Regional factors that change everything. National averages are a starting point, not a guarantee. West Coast and coastal southern markets routinely see baseline ROIs that run 15 to 30% higher across the board than the national average. Midwest and mountain regions typically see lower returns. Always check local comps before assuming a national percentage applies to your specific market. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. Refresh, do not gut. If resale is your goal, garage doors, steel entry doors, stone veneer, fresh siding, and minor kitchen and bathroom updates consistently top the rankings every single year. Upscale kitchens, primary suite additions, and pools consistently lose money at resale. If you are renovating to enjoy your own home for the next decade, spend on what makes you happy. But if you are renovating to sell, let the data decide where your money goes, not a flashy showroom display. That is the real return on investment picture for 2026. If this saved you from a renovation mistake, do me a favor and subscribe to Home Intel. We publish honest, data-first home content every week with zero sponsorships influencing what we tell you. Drop a comment with which project you're planning next, and I will see you in the following video.